I want whatever tank says tiny penis on the barrel.
Jesus Christ, let me actually listen.
I know there's one of them. One of them says it.
5-0.
Alright, so another quick thing, guys. Alpha Platoon's tanks are over there. Bravo's Platoon's tanks are this line. Charlie's are that line, and Delta's are that line. That's because if you actually look at the tanks, they have symbols that designate Platoon 1, 2, 3, and 4, and even the tank number within those platoons. Which platoon is designated by an arrow pointing up, left, right, and the 4th platoon doesn't have that arrow, and then the tank number is designated by the amount of symbols. So if you look at Bravo's tank right here, it has 1 dash, so that's the lead Vic. 2 dashes, 2nd Vic. 3 dashes, 3rd Vic. 4th dash, 4th Vic. Easy.
Prezi, you're with me, right?
Yep, you're gonna.
Where is our driver?
And
Where are they all fucking with their tanks?
Alright.
Is there a way to pull up that menu where it shows you where you are without aborting?
what? You mean the map?
No, he
No,
means the fucking
maybe.
roll summon
Maybe I
screen.
mean the map.
God,
We don't have C-Tab right now, so
he's not talking
Not
about
yet.
He wants to know who he's driving for, which is me.
yeah, it'll be in the vehicles.
Iceberg, we currently have a
You mean team.
Wait, who said
for
that?
The,
Map and
the
then
tank.
flat team.
the Bradley or a tank?
For the Bradley.
Hey, Frames, you're on the beach.
Alright, cool.
Hope you don't catch Corona.
It's not
We're gonna be
we have to
using
wait
you.
for
You're
the-
gonna be rolling with us anyway. We're just gonna have you be a little bit in front of us scouting.
Alright, let's see. We still got another 10 people trying to get in. We got about 16 people on, so this will be about, what's 25? 24 divided by 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21, 24, 5. About 8 tanks and 1 Bradley. That's not bad. That's about how much I expected.
I was the last one to get in. It's
It's
all.
all full.
So we should.
I'm gonna go see what Iceberg has.
Caleb colors himself.
Okay.
Caleb is a tank commander, I guess.
That would make sense, yes.
Where is
Why do we
It's
have
the
4
QSC,
blues
it's
then?
the QSC, yeah.
What we're
Caleb,
saying
what
is that
role
Caden
would
wouldn't be
you
the
take?
left.
I see.
Yeah, you're.
you're
tank
tank commander of the second tank.
Well, why do we have 4 blues? Reds. Oh wait, no.
You're
Sorry about Caleb.
That's the role.
Retard!
right.
Well, you.
Uh,
Do we have any Bravo
understand
dudes
who's
at
my
all?
color.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these.
We.
Go green.
You, I'm yellow now.
Okay.
Just so they don't clog up my interface here.
We still got Falcon Bogan and Andrews loading in. Okay.
Do we have influence?
Caleb, why do you have to do
Yellow.
this? Go green.
Listen to me when I'm talking, Doctor.
Go green, motherfucker.
Oh.
I'm ground command. I'm telling you to do something. Do it,
You're
bitch.
2-2 and I refuse.
You're gonna die.
Accept my 2.4.
Get rid of some of the extra fluff.
These are cool carbines from Arbon set.
Yes.
What's the
I
radio?
Always
Very
heard of
nice.
the British one.
They're NIR type maybe.
I don't know.
42.
Here, what'd I give you guys?
Yeah, I mean it's not that big of a deal. I was just curious about what mod set these were from.
These are either NI Arms or TSB.
They've
The
got
NI Arms one and the TSB one are the exact same.
I know, right?
so confusing to you, Caleb.
So you said
Who's
Alpha
this?
vehicles are over here because I couldn't hear you over all the retards.
Okay. Alpha Vix,
Okay, cool.
Bravo Vix are across, Charlie Vix are on the southern side, and then Delta Vix are there.
So that's all that really matters.
I mean, you have another like 10, 15 people trying to join, so you're gonna have a Bravo.
That's
Maybe
why
a
I'm
few
waiting.
elements of Charlie.
Alpha dudes, let's just go see what, well, we're gonna wait for the brief, so, go and set up your internal comms with your crew members. Try not to be on the same net as someone else. Once you're in the vehicle, make sure all tank commanders are on 50. All tank commanders are on 50. Gunners, drivers, it's up to you if you want to listen in, but I really only want to be hearing from the commanders. We're gonna
Excuse
try
me.
and do this right.
Oh no, Andrews is a commander.
Alpha
Well,
3's on 42 points.
So he's gonna set up a 2IC.
Very cold.
I'd hope.
Oh! Go
Being
set up
kidnapped
your
by my
shit.
commander.
The first tank up here is
honestly,
mine.
Yep, it's a tank op. You guys can actually look it up.
Bobby,
Battle of
Boo,
73rd
go
Easting.
get the
So
Driver?
I got a bunch
You
of
want number
farps right
three?
here in the middle up to the 73rd. Really, historically, the battle was focused around this section, but I added a bunch of fluff
Setting.
We can always.
What's the battle's message?
just so this could
That's the setting.
be a bit more interesting.
I call that melee. It allows you to punch people.
Oh yeah, I
You're
see
really
it. No
punching,
worries.
you're just
Okay.
walking up to a
Okay,
guy
give me
and
there.
I know, yeah.
okay, take these cuffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm out of cuffs.
We even have cuffs.
Start with one.
Melee.
Alright. Now I can hear you. What
You want to hit them with your sword.
No, I do.
Our tank commander.
Why, hello there, Druza. How are you?
You are a tank commander.
It's fucking weird.
Good. Why do we have? Yeah, small people.
Alright, so I'm just building up some of the bunkers and the town that was historically here, that sort of stuff.
Okay. I would really hope we get at least one more
That's
person.
It's gonna be fine.
Sure, yeah.
But this village, for example, this was an actual
For now.
village the Iraqis had garrisoned. I just threw down a few buildings, because honestly, in an armor op, it doesn't really matter.
I'm waiting for my
Because they have tanks.
Well, I'm on the
Fifth
Alpha
check.
driver.
Hi.
Hello. Do you want my tank commanders on this net or a separate one?
You can put them on this net, that's fine.
Rave.
Okie doke.
Mary, with me. Rave. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're just gonna take this one.
I'll do some more fortifying as we get to certain places.
50 check.
Whew. And everything I could possibly use.
Good copy on tank 4. Tank 350 check.
Need to get some BMPs in here as well.
Tank numero 2.
They're
Are we
doing
gonna
their
have
check-ins.
platoon radios or no?
It's up to you guys.
I'm asking our ground command, which is not in a vehicle right now.
We will. Where's Alpha? Alpha tanks?
Alpha are northern left side.
Nice. Thanks, boss. Left.
What's our anything?
Alright, still got people joining in, but it's just meant to be a nice little fun armor up. We'll see what happens. Should have made signs, something like that, and I'm right.
Liru, why'd you have to make the command tank interdimensional? That bitch just teleported.
That's RHS, not me. I mean, have you ever noticed that when you spool up an Abrams or a T-72? Yeah. That's them initiating their scripts.
It disappears to debug and then goes back.
Yep.
It's gonna be really fun when everyone starts their engine at the same time.
Yep.
Where's Nightmare? Andrews, what role are you?
Commander.
For what platoon and so on?
Second platoon. Third vehicle, I think.
Oh yeah, I still gave myself a woodland vest because I'm an idiot. So yeah, first platoon, first Vic. Second platoon, second Vic. Third platoon, first platoon, third Vic. First platoon, fourth Vic.
Yeah, Pros, you gotta make sure Nightmare. I need to know who said
Oh, I sound dead because I woke up like an hour ago. And also, normally I mean to do 2 ops on these Saturday mornings, but I'm only doing 1. Also, I'm not doing my 700th op later tonight, but I will be playing on the ground either 1 or both of their ops. I haven't decided yet.
Thank you. Hey, we do have a
Life's good.
You know,
Come over to Liru, please.
better, but you still have the big aircraft carriers, you know.
Why?
Are the AI gonna be the R&R?
Hey,
I'm gonna be the R&R.
You wanted to do
you
the tank crews want to go. If the crew members want to go right there, and the tank commanders stay over
Go away
here.
right now.
Hold on, Iceberg, hold on. I'm gonna go yell at people to get their asses over.
Yeah, get them over here.
I love
Just stand here. Stand by the
Not
wall,
over
guys.
here, you're doing shit.
Remember, stand by the head.
Okay, boys, to the group.
plans
Hold on. So my tank commanders, I got you guys right here. You guys do have the ultimate.
There was originally planned for a stand behind my tank.
No Tatum does.
Kato bar system.
You mean alternate?
You can have multiple frequencies set.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
60 and 50?
Does helmets not protect?
Yeah.
It's just because
probably.
they don't give what we've already
Okay.
used, and it would cost
And
too
just
much to
our
train
platoon
everybody in a new
for us
system.
to communicate with each
Think
other
ours
will be on a separate net, so we don't clog 50
the
once
elements
you
don't
use
do
the
shit.
shit.
Yeah, originally
You mean you can sit on 50 if you need to make
Prince
call
of
outs,
Wales,
but
the second one that we have was going to be
let's do
Yeah,
our
we'll set
best
that
to
up when
keep
we get
comms
back to the
clear.
tank.
and launch
Hey
exclusively.
Karn, are you in a Bradley?
Just...
Hey Gingerbread or Caleb, can you not shoot me in the foot,
Yeah.
please? Thank you.
I didn't shoot.
Type it inside. Trust me, maybe just type it inside, it gets them faster.
Cost of learning new systems.
So I'm not sure if
Just F-35Bs.
Everyone who's
it might have been in. No, it is in the released unboxing. Yeah.
You gotta keep your tank commanders over here so we can all discuss shit together.
Yeah. Everyone who's a tank commander.
Yeah, actually, we'll not talk about
over
it.
there.
How are you guys doing? Someone just knocked over dead. Okay, cool.
Royal, are you tank commander or what are you?
Well, we only have a 2-man crew for the
Okay,
There's a
everybody
3-man crew
who's
and a 2-man
not
crew.
a tank commander right now,
Excuse me.
go somewhere else. There's too many people bunched up here.
Well, whoever's running as your commander, stay here just so we can figure some shit out. God damn it, Andrews.
Only
I looked to my
vehicle
left and I
commanders
just
stay
see
here right now.
Holy bullshit. Everyone else is gonna want to sit here.
I
Just
subscribe to like the newest fucking
Gonna be driver again.
Alrighty.
Alan,
So,
be
Liru,
quiet or
we get the briefer is what you told us.
All right, brief is really simple. Open your maps. We're currently at the FOB Sterling. We are going to be starting operations on the 50th Easting. The AO is the blue and red areas. Please don't go too far north or too far south, because historically that's where other battalions were in line. Break. Your job is to travel up to the 70th Easting and hold at that position for a possible enemy counterattack. Along the way, you might find things like villages, FARPs, entrenchments, enemy tanks, that sort of stuff. Good luck, have fun. Excuse me.
Where's Yanni? Where are you? Alright, cool. You're right there. You're the other platoon commander?
Yeah, I'm the tank platoon.
Alright, so here's what's gonna happen.
Yes, Sam, we're talking about that. Yeah.
We can either go in a big ass like column, line, whatever, and push direct east. We can do 2
Send in
arrowheads.
Goat
I
Team
don't give a
6
fuck what the formation is. We just have to make
It's
sure we're
2
with each other.
a.m. here, but
Alright.
I might as well say hi.
Hey, David. It's 2 a.m. there. What? Are you,
Slightly ahead of us, reconning shit.
Where would it be
What's
2 a.m. in
operations
the
of
world right
Bradley's
now?
building? They have-
They're right.
They're
That would mean you're 14
They're
hours
exactly one of our
ahead.
thermals. On the commander site.
basic
It's Australia?
but
That's
it
fair.
doesn't matter. They still got thermals and whatever.
God.
Turns out we don't have A2s. We have A1s, so we don't get the fancy thermals for commander views. So make sure you use your eyes.
From Dulles
all tank
to
commanders need to be on
Sydney, I
50,
think it
but we're
was.
not
It was
gonna
like a
be
21.
using
No,
50
it
a
was
lot. I want to make sure there's
5-hour
select
flight
platoon
from
nets,
Dulles
so
to
we weren't
California,
clogging
and
the
then from
fuck out of 50,
California
so
to
it's literally
Sydney, it was like a
myself, Brandon,
20.
Gianni, High Command, and whatever.
It was
If you guys
either a
have
21 or
call-outs,
22-hour
make sure you
flight.
call it out platoon first, and if it
It was like a
needs to be
decade
passed
ago,
up, then
but
we can do
hot
that.
damn.
So what platoon is
So
tanks
I'm in
and
Alpha.
address
We're on
Bradley?
the left over here.
I think we
Yeah.
all just
Vehicles
woke
have
up.
their specific markings for what they are. Liru put that detail in. Make sure you fucking pay attention to it. Like the first one right there, with the 1 tick, that's command, and then it goes on down from there.
Alright.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah, it is.
My platoon then is going to be 60. Just let me know what yours is. It's not that big of a deal.
Let's do it like this. First platoon 51, second platoon 52, and
Alright,
we'll
that
use
works.
the 50s.
Whatever. Alright, cool. Everyone
Tanks,
heard
tanks,
that, yes?
tank.
Makes
The single
sense.
tank groups have their own short range.
Yep, everyone has
Did
a
you boys
short,
get that?
has their own short range and all that. For the love of God, for your call sign, just go with whatever the fuck your barrel says to make things easier. Don't come up with anything stupid and special.
Not all barrels.
Hey, last thing I'll talk about, because I'd rather have you all here. So this is the resupply Vic. If your Vic gets hit or you're running low on ammo, you can come back to this Vic. I'll be driving up behind you and updating my position on the map as needed. If I die, which is not going to happen, but in case it does, then this comes one life, so don't let me die. And if you die, there's a respawn tied to the respawn Vic, and I'll have one of your Vics brought up, and you can just take it again. It'll just take me a minute or two.
We only have 2 backups. Per each.
Anyone have questions on how to set up your radios or how comms
Where'd I
work
put the
or any
damn
of that
thing?
shit? It's not that difficult, but I want to make sure it's out
Or
there.
did I actually use an attach command to do it?
Alrighty.
Run.
Okay, whoever's in Yannis,
Hold up.
to the command tank.
Hold up. Here's the thing. Alright, RHS's buggy is fucked. Do not everyone start your tank at the same
I'll be
fucking
back in a
time.
second.
We're all gonna get teleported to the debug core.
Yeah, okay, so it's still back there. So the attachment command did not work. But why am I not able to... There it is. Alright. I've noticed with, I'm looking at a new way to do that thing, but the, sometimes when you do an attach command, it doesn't work proper. Ground this is high if you want me to put a 4th guy in each of your tanks to represent the loader. Just have your guys get up in formation and I'll start stacking them over.
We have an issue, Yanni?
I made this mission like 2 weeks ago, so I'm just trying to remember every little feature I had in it. No, I won't be trying to get exploded. Yes, have fun downloading all that. And I'm gonna get this off my interface so no accidental deletions happen. Also, Lobster, thanks for the host. Hello, he's formed up on the wrong way, but I'm not gonna tell him that. So if he figures it out, he figures it out. Also, we have a random dead dude out here. Faded giving out 2 subs. If you got a sub from Faded, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, hope you guys can join the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. So, we're going to have probably 6 tanks and 2 Bradleys, because they really want to do the recon Bradleys, which I don't get, but I have a working theory of no matter what the main force is composed of, if you put assets down that aren't the main force, the players will always get those filled before the main slots. And that's why you've seen a lot less support assets come from my ops, and I've only focused on like an infantry platoon and stuff, because players will always flock to being armor, air, artillery, or even logistics where they don't do anything except drive Vics around.
Alright, once the other dudes are...
And all that does is choke players from the main force, so that's why I don't really do that much of it. Well, I mean, take last night's op, for example, the one where I was ground command, I sounded like a dead horse. We had people in Logi, EOD, like everything, and then I only had 2 squads of infantry in like a 40-person op, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, that was an Air Vic, 2 LAVs that were okay, I guess. Like, LAVs against Russians are tough. A full command team, 2 squads of infantry, EOD team, a Logi team, and I'm trying to remember what other assets. I think that was it. Yeah, 2 14-man squads, which is a big number. Bravo only had 8. In my opinion, you should never have more than 10 people in a squad. I know there's some doctrines that have more, but 10 is just, beyond 10 is hard to manage. Like, at that point, you need team leads and stuff. EOD wasn't really necessary. Like, the one time I needed them, they couldn't get to us. So, because they made a really dumb decision on something, but yeah.
Hey, High Command, go look at debug for a laugh.
Sorry, I just put loaders in all your tanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Kane of Canes is in D. Oh, there he goes. So these Abrams are 4-man crews. But I only have 3 players per tank, and they like to have an AI loader in there, so it just it helps them reload quicker. Except when they have an AI driver in it, that's funny. Yep. No idea, you're gonna have to go run east, I'll let them know you're an extra. Ice, I got Outcast that joined your squad, I don't know which tank he's a part of, so I'm having him run you.
You wanna go first?
Hold up, we're gonna come up with a game plan. You see on the map how the shit's divided in 2 pretty much? The north half and the southern half.
Are you there?
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Here, actually, let me get out of
So
this
you want
real
first
quick.
platoon to go on the south side, or how you want to do that?
Because I'm pretty sure I just set myself to careless on
Well,
fire.
here's the platoon to take the northern side, and we'll take the southern
I
side.
am now
As
not
for
allowed to
Bradley,
shoot at any
my
AI.
Bradley's touching off now. Setting off now. We're
High
having
Command,
Hey, welcome back,
issues,
Suzuki.
so.
the AI driver out of our tank, please.
Just switch to the driver's seat.
Yeah, copy.
I put an AI in every tank because people told me they wanted AI loaders so you could shoot faster. If you don't want them, let me know and I'll bail them out.
Who's on the second platoon? Bradley, why are you going south? Hello? Who's on the other fucking Bradley?
My Bradley just set off, headed east, but I don't know where you guys are.
Check 50.
Kids, check. Go find your tank crew and they will find you.
Copy. I don't know where my tank crew is.
What slot did you pick?
I picked driver for Malin and Tori the T.
Okay. Which tank number is it in the slot? How far down?
Second to bottom.
Outcast, head west. They're right there behind the fortification.
Thank you.
I gave them, what, 20 minutes to organize, and they got about 80% of the way there. So 2 Bradleys, 5,
Johnny, where are
6,
you?
7 tanks. Let's see how this goes.
I'm still right here in the exit of the base.
Right, make sure you're on the east side of the
Now,
base,
don't
'cause
freak
east
out
is
when
where
you
we
see
need to be
this.
going.
Yeah, we're all here.
Alright, well one of my tanks is currently headed west, so I'm waiting for them to get back to us before we can go.
Copy.
That is purely so they can engage at longer distances, but they won't be that accurate. That's what I did in testing with a few guys. So at that wide of a formation, they'll be able to sweep the middle. Alright. Plus, I'll be remote controlling some tanks and firing at will if I get eyes on. But it's literally just a bunch of 34s, and we got a few FARPs. I'll be sending some platoon-size elements at them here and there. And then, after the FARPs, we got some fortified AA positions, and then we have the village. And then this is where a massive battle's going to happen with at least about a dozen, 2 dozen tanks, and then we have the coil of T-72s. That was on this position, so I made that. Anyway, first Vic that was engaged was a T-72 on the 50th Easting. I forget by what element did it. And I also told them they could do a wide 100-meter spacing formation, but it's entirely up to them.
Alright, first platoon to second platoon, we got markers on the map. First is down south. I'm headed to go there to regroup with my units. And then from there, we'll push off when you're in position at second platoon. Sound good?
So,
sounds good. We're heading.
This affects,
north now.
how would I put it?
Firm.
If you have an AI 5 meters away from the player base, if you put it all the way down here, they will eventually make a shot within like the 4th or 5th bullet. So this is just a ratio of the distance of the AI to what they're shooting at compared to what, like, how likely are they actually going to hit? Like, how often do they miss on purpose? If you put it on 100%, the AI will be extremely accurate up to, I forget the exact meter range, but it also depends on the spotting coefficient.
On the way.
Let's get them all warmed up.
This is high. I'm going to keep the Logivic between the 2 platoons, about 1 kilometer back. If you need me, let me know, and I'll mark my position on the map for you. Over.
Hey, firm. Sounds good. Thank you.
Bounty on iceberg, send the goats. Yeah, right? So, fun fact that I only recently learned about Zeusing, you can select a unit and do control 1 through control 9, and then if I hit 1, for example, because I just did him as group 1, I can immediately task him. So if I need to have a certain piece of AI move quickly, regardless of, like, if I'm over here, watch this, I can hit 1, and then he comes up. I realized this after noticing for the past year when I would use my push-to-talk button, which is the 6 key, but it's on my mouse, that sometimes when I was ordering units around using my push-to-talk key and making, like, waypoints and stuff, I would accidentally set it as group 6, so every time I used my push-to-talk key, that unit would light up, and I could not figure it out for the longest time, till I was recently playing Homeworld and remembered, oh yeah, you can set groups. So again, really useful if you want certain things on certain keys to order them at certain ways, because you can also always just hit 1 and then spacebar, and it will, actually no, it's not spacebar. Spacebar is for when they paint. So disregard that. There's a different hotkey that'll actually let you teleport to it, I just forget what it is.
On the way. Copy that.
So I'm just gonna chill here, and I'll occasionally move myself up. But if I can engage them at range, I will. But Kidal is very hilly. Even though it's not, but it has some very low hills, so it's really easy to sneak stuff on things. What are my ARMA settings?
Iceberg.
What, you mean if I hit escape and configure?
Send it.
Are you guys set?
Oh, baby.
We are pushing to
oh,
our
baby.
We are at Holy Lights OWO mark, but we're pushing up to the first platoon now.
Oh,
we're not
baby.
actually going like straight from there. We're gonna use C-tab. You can see where the
M1
buffs are.
Ablins.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure. We're heading to our marker as well and gonna try and
Look,
stage off from there.
Nemesis, I don't give a damn what the
with
scenario
Alpha
is. If
terrain
I
off
get
of-
60 frames or above, I'm gonna do a maniacal laugh, okay? That makes me happy.
T-55s and BMPs.
Hey, firm.
Also, I mean, there were minefields, but...
There are no minefields for this operation.
Okie doke.
Judging from how I watched EOD handle themselves last night, there are no minefields in this operation. So who's closer? They're a bit closer, so I'm gonna adjust him. So I am gonna cheat a little bit in the sense of, usually you're supposed to pretend when you're a Zeus that you don't know the players are coming. However, in order to make this more realistic, because the AI are notorious for not engaging at range, I will be taking the gunner seat and whiffing a few shots at who I see, just to make this a bit more realistic. So I'm gonna put this in front of them.
Copy that.
This guy does not want to drive.
My platoon's taking fire, we're moving up to engage.
This is one of the drawbacks with having units spawned in as a garrison. They do not like to move on their own. It takes the server a few seconds to actually initiate things properly.
On the way.
So I'm gonna have this guy kind of close distance around if he decides to move, which he might not. But again, this is another thing, like, I don't understand how scripted mission makers deal with this type of stuff when they say they don't have Zeuses. So yeah, see, the Abrams is engaging from range, but the AI is not smart enough to deal with that.
Platoon is pushing through the red line now.
Yeah, I mean, I get the arguments, though, I've heard for, you know, some mission makers and whatnot. I think I actually see a tank right there. Ooh, that hit my hull. And now you're gonna see dismounts. And that is the first tank engaged on the 50th Easting. Actually, I got it nearly on the dot on the Easting. Didn't even mean to do that. First blood. These guys, the way they're driving, they're actually going to run right into this fortification right here. They might actually go to the right of it, which would be interesting. But they're, like, on the northern side. I wasn't expecting them to go all the way on that. This is more so if you go towards the middle, you get more of the fight. You know, I'll just be putting my thing up. What needs to happen, though, is these guys need to coordinate. Because, you see, this flank is heading way too far compared to this one. They're about an Easting and a half up. At least the lead Vic is. The scouts should be a lot further ahead as well. They're kind of instead working as a
You've gotten a bit ahead of us.
blocking force. See,
Continuing
and there's
our
Iceberg
push.
now queuing it.
Confirm. We haven't gotten into contact yet.
See, the excuse of they haven't gotten to contact yet is a poor one in my opinion, because once they do get into contact, if their support force is out of position, it's very easy and very quick for me to get them encircled.
We're gonna keep rolling.
Safer.
If need be. No, we're not gonna have blue on blue. At least I hope not. When's the next viewers versus streamer stream? I don't know. I'm just I'm not in the mood to do one. And by the way, these that look AI, it's because they have an AI loader in it that is still filled with 3 players. There's about 24 people on this operation. I don't know. Armor Ops are one of those paradoxes where I always get a bunch of people that vote for them, and they know the date we do it, and then, you know, half the players that vote for it never actually show up.
Start flashing, yeah?
Correct.
Oh boy, I'm memory leaking.
This map is also notorious for memory leaks because the caves that are hidden around it are all made of rocks. So that can sometimes cause your game to freak out.
I'm memory leaking.
Ice, if you catch it quick enough, you should be able to leave and just rejoin, just reslot real quick and you should be fine.
Second platoon has probably got contacts. We're scanning our area right now.
Platoon 1 copies. We're just about parallel with you on C-Tub.
Because true armor warfare is done across multiple clicks. The issue is, I'm willing to bet these guys have, what are they engaging? Ice, what tank were you in? First platoon, can you hold 1 second so I can teleport him up over?
Tank 1 is holding TPM to that one. Oh, never mind.
Never mind, play on.
Platoon 1, Platoon 2, we're about to reach our overwatch point.
Copy that. We're holding until you guys get Iceberg back.
Copy. Be advised, it's going to take a while, at least 10 more minutes. Advise you keep moving east.
Yeah, so they should be about direct west. We do have this little bump right here, though, that can be covering me, so... I've got a 5-click render distance here. I just have all these guys at interesting angles here, covering various positions. But this is going to be a lot of me, like, keyholing and looking for little dots on the map just to shoot at, to suppress, not to kill. So if I actually do hit them, it's going to be interesting. But the Abrams were much superior to what the Iraqis had.
Second platoon is moving forward again.
Platoon 1 copies.
But at least the advantage with Arma Zeus Cache is I can pick and choose the engagements here. But the issue is I will be engaging things one at a time because I'm only one Zeus and the AI are crazy. And by the way, this is with mods that do enhance tank warfare, but it can only enhance so much, you know? So there we go. And I even experimented with AI targeting and stuff. It doesn't really work that well. Now you're to hear him firing back at me. That actually hit really close to his left. Oh no, it didn't. I just saw it land. Okay, we're like here. So what I can also do in the heat of things is just repaste them. They do have custom crew in them, so I shouldn't do a Control-C, Control-V, but...
Platoon 2 is stopping to scan. We see some camo netting up ahead.
Roger.
Platoon 1 copies. We're pushing to our Overwatch 2.5, and then we're holding there
So
for
worst
now
comes to
until
worst,
you
you
come
can
to
just
parallel with
copy-paste
us again.
and send things up.
Affirm.
But these T-55s in defensive, I'm not going to be able to do much about. Nightmare Prozzy. Let's not put him in front of the tank while it's firing. That would be kind of awkward.
Has reached Overwatch 2.5.
Affirm.
Hello, I'm back.
Affirm. We're pushing ahead slow. We see some camo netting ahead, so we're going
No one's
slow.
watching their rear. This 34 could be an issue. Oh, balls. It misses. Are they gonna notice? Iceberg tank's coming up. He might get another free shot in. So I'm just gonna send some of the armor up here.
We'll go.
Oh, her gun's disabled. Alright. For whatever reason, it's not letting me enter key view when there's a mix of AI and players in there. That's interesting. So yeah, that's the power of 25% accuracy, by the way. Those whiffed shots at near point blank with armor. That does tend to happen, and now you're having these 34s coming up to shoot at them. But yeah, it's interesting that the Bradleys joined the battle line there. And I think these tanks are firing back.
We have possibly found a spark or...
Alright, so yeah, when you get close enough, the 55s will engage, and that's about... It's about a click away, so that's good. Oh, I can't even do it to their, the
One of my
ones that are
tanks is
purely
back
AI.
out. We're trying to get them repaired now.
This one's pushed up. Oh, that's the recon Bradley. They're okay to do stuff like that. So I'm going to be mean, and I'm going to say these guys are going to push out of their entrenchments here.
Platoon 2, you have 1 times T-34, never mind dismount.
And they don't have fuel because I didn't want them to accidentally drive around. So we're going to say these guys are going to push out of their fortifications, seeing all this smoke, and head up that way. Now you're also going to start seeing me spawn platoons of Vic's worth to hit them because they've gotten through the front line fortifications here.
We're proceeding onward.
Yeah, we've been we're taking a lot of shots here. We're not able for a while.
I think my my enter is actually broken because it's not letting me see that. P55, her gun's disabled. Yep, there she goes. That's a 34, and then you got these guys moving up. All right. So now we're gonna start doing just general spawn-ins. And I do have a body back here. Let me quickly delete that. And we're just gonna spawn platoons worth of tanks against them, and they'll gradually get bigger and deadlier as things go on. So I'm going to start with a mix of BMP-1s and T-34s here. So we're going to have a combined platoon. So 2 of each type of it.
Second platoon is facing a possible flank from the northeast side or north side.
Hey firm, we're being flanked from the south. Just deal with it as best as you can.
Hey firm,
I just heard a tow get launched.
Push up a bit more to the northeast side.
Meanwhile, these guys are charging these Vics on their own. That is a bit dangerous because 55s are a bit tanky. They managed to get the first Vic. The AP rounds on that Bradley can penetrate some of these armored targets, though, so it is useful in that regard, but looks like they were able to take those guys out pretty easily, which is good. So I'm going to also be mirroring this, so everything I send to one platoon, I'm going to send to the other.
You got a T-55 hauling ass towards you.
And then as they pass through things, I'll be driving up.
Yeah, we're trying to engage it. I can't tell if it's dead or not.
Oh, we do have an active multi-twitch, so we do have some ground POVs here. And one of them decided to bail from that because he's in the crew slot, apparently.
And those tanks are dead.
I'll just bail him out then if he doesn't want to drive. Alright, so the BMPs are normally 3-man Vics, but apparently the BMP ones only want to be 2-man Vics. So Tori's going to come back. I'll teleport him up to his Vic. And looks like the explosion actually destroyed the bunkers themselves. That's just a little armor glitch. If you want to fix that, you can just set them to simple objects. I think it's kind of cool because if you look, you can see where units are assisting and engaging.
To go to the triple R mark to repair. Can we call it to us?
I can drive over to you, but just break.
Okay, not right now, not yet.
Just be advised, if you're on the front line and I get sniped, then that's very, very bad. Because I don't think I have an extra one in debug. Yeah, no, so it's a matter of don't put me in a very bad situation. That's the one thing you shouldn't do. Thank you. So I'm also going to delete the extra crew from these because he's going to, like, dismount. So Vic being forced to stop. TP to Outcast / Malin, that's this Vic. Dave and ping me, alright. Again, you don't want to put him in front.
Alright. Second platoon, how you guys doing?
We're doing good, we're pushing, everything's still good. We spotted some targets about 3 clicks east of us. We're engaging right now.
Yeah, so 3 clicks. Like, the AI don't engage at that range. Usually their best engagement is 1.5 to 2 clicks, and that's usually like AA Vics with radar on aircraft. Anything else is usually a no-go. Alright, you're gonna be running for the hills, man. So, if I do want to screw these guys, I gotta use the terrain to my advantage. We just saw, I think, a T-34 fire. Is there anything to look at this, Vic? No, okay, so it's just stuck for the sake of being stuck. The BMP-2s with the Metis cannon, launchers, though, those will be a bit of a threat. I know for that much, but you also have to consider it is historically accurate for these guys to be steamrolling. The only thing they lost was a Bradley to a friendly fire incident, at least for this flank of the 73rd Easting. Adad's also streaming, that's fair. Again, some people, they don't want to be part of the multi, so I respect that accordingly. We just saw something fly over. We saw another thing fly over. Watching the map, making sure I'm not going to get killed, because I will actively try to avoid units that might kill me. I've got a BMP-1 down here. These guys do have third person, so they will be able to see things that sneak up. Ooh, okay. That hit the back of the Abrams right there. That's the push out. Another hit goes down. Now you have an Abrams fighting with a BMP-1, and we just got a decrease shot. They gotta be careful that when they circle a Vic like this, they accidentally don't hit each other, because that's what will make the friendly fire incident. If they're not careful. Karin, he seems to have disconnected, now he's trying to reconnect.
Pass the message up, a lot of people are having mem leak issues, so that's what's happening.
Hey, firm. Huh. Oh, hell, I think I even just had one. Because notice the frame dip right there? I'm not seeing anything blink, though, yet, so I think I'm okay. I think that was just because, you know, 4 Vics exploded right there. That's a weird thing about Kidal, is that there are a strange thing of memory, like, there's a string of memory leaks, and I can only equate that to just the amount of rock assets used to make caves and stuff.
We've reached your Overwatch 3 line. Feel free to push up with us. We're pushing slowly ahead.
But yeah, no, it's laggy right here because 3 things cooking off. And that's not with Blast Core, by the way. That's just how it is. So I do need to find another armor op. I'm not going to lie, Southeast Asia is actually really good for armor stuff as well. It's just no one wants to download that big of a map to do it. So, you know, it's hard to find good armor style ops, map textures that you can do much for. Technically, you could also take the desert map, which is that small little whatchamacallit, the one with the oil field and stuff, not the oil field, like the little oil tower. Like, you could use the outskirts of that map, like, to go off map and do stuff, but that also has its own risks, and also there's no, like, little rocks, there's no texture, it's just literally, like, whatever is roaming out on the map. But if you want perfect frames, that would be the way to do it. Alright, so now we're gonna start doing some silly stuff.
Roger.
Just so you know, that place is direct southwest of Overwatch 5 marker.
Alright, now we're going to send in a platoon of T-34s to each group. I just have to find an angle where they won't see me spawn them in.
MI-24 lifting at outpost.
Just get relatively close.
One of our gunners is having FPS issues. We're gonna have him reconnect.
Yeah, a lot of my dudes are getting dropped and coming back in.
Right, bro.
Copy.
So normally they would have Apaches to assist them, but the Apaches are also very, very OP.
MI-24 is going down. There's a platoon of T-34s pushing past the outpost.
Hold on, was that on 50?
Yeah, he was...
Can you get one feet on that?
It's east of my current position at that Alpha heli. We're holding here until all of our gunners and tanks are back and whatnot.
We're doing the same.
Do you need the triple R? Because I could use it back here for our guys.
We should be fairly good right now. You guys can use it first. We'll need it further in, so.
Oh, that would have been bad. Bogan to Hada Barbarian. Let's see if I can get their names up here.
Hi, Command, can we get the Triple R pushing up to 1st Platoon's location?
Hey, firm, stand by.
It is hot.
If you think it's worth the risk, roger.
On the way. Roger that.
Gonna take the southern road here, swing around, and I'll be on your right side. ETA about 3 minutes.
Hey, from.
Roger.
TP to Silver and Yanni. And now we're having a southern wave of T-34s come down. They are being engaged. I do love the answer symbol right there. And that platoon's taken care of. Looking at the northern platoon here, they just made this even worse. And now they're running for the hills. That's funny. Yeah, so that's another straggler that got there. These guys are just they're in a mode right now actually running that way because when I think they're set to defend only, yeah, so when they're set to defend only, it usually means the AI tries to pull them back to retreat to form up with other friendly positions on the AO, despite them having a radio or not, because that's a vanilla feature with T4 integration.
Roger that.
Have this guy try to flee. Stewie needs a TP to Calum.
First, second platoon's driver is gonna have to restart Arma. He went from his thing went even worse from just reconnecting.
Yeah, it's just mem leak shit. Triple R, I need you to get back or hold your current position. We got another hind inbound. If you just hold at that hill.
Yeah, we need to tell people that they need to restart their Arma. Just reconnecting is not enough.
They just shot it down with a tank. I will say one of the coolest things about this is when you give a helicopter rocket pods, they will just strafe the heck out of a zone. And the spread increases or decreases based off of what you set that accuracy coefficient to.
Triple R, you can continue. You can proceed back.
Hey, friend.
On the way.
Tank 2 is currently fixing his truck.
Can't delete this guy outright, so I'm gonna move him up. And I'll wait a few minutes before I send the next wave. So again, this is a nice op, but it's also a good case study in, you know, again, one of the things you gotta consider when you're making missions. Because the memory leak issue was something you could never fix. They made 64-bit executables a thing, which helped kind of increase the capacity to not have a memory leak. But the actual memory leaking thing itself is still a potential issue. The issue was kind of introduced when the Apex DLC came out back in 2016, and they've just never fixed it since. So it's something that realistically you can't fix, but...
Is Triple R staying where it is?
Affirm. Do you want me to mark us on the map?
I see its location in C-Tab.
Affirm. Did he get away? No, he got shot dead. Okay, well, we tried.
On the way.
Let's send up something that'll actually be a bit of a threat.
High 50 on that.
No, the Iraqis did not have T-100s.
Platoon 2 to Platoon 1.
Send it.
All of the guys, all the dismounts that we see are moving southwards from us, so I don't know if there's some sort of base or something between us that they're retreating to.
Can you go investigate that? I'm kind of exposed. We're in the middle of rearming. I gotta hop out of the tank now to do that. Or the driver is, never mind, he's got that.
No, I'm just saying that all of the dismounts that we get from the tanks are moving southwards, so there's probably a bigger base between us if they're going there.
Yeah, when you push up, if you want to shift south a bit and check that out, or send your Bradley too. I've just been using the Bradley for recon and that kind of crap.
Hey, we've lost like almost 1/3 of our people.
Yeah, I've been keeping track of that.
One tank crew is I don't even see Falcon in the TeamSpeak anymore. Hi, I think you tried to TP me to me.
Uh-oh, cack.
I will be right back as we refuel and do all this shit.
Yeah, be advised, I think one of my tank crews is gonna be down to just one person right now.
Yeah, these things are gas guzzlers. You're hearing this thing engaging stuff as it comes up, always trying to kill infantry. He's dodging bullets.
Okay, yeah, I don't think Falcon's coming back, so, hi. Are you able to move one of our guys to the tank where ASF is?
What do you mean?
Falcon hard crash. I don't even see him in TeamSpeak anymore, so he's one of our tank crews is being left to just one guy now.
Okay, then take one of your crews that has 3 people and put it to the 2 crew.
I know, but I'm wondering, you want us to drive there or can you teleport him?
You can't drive there yourself?
We're fine. I think we're the only actual operable tank right now.
What?
Okay, we're gonna come to you. We're gonna go to, yeah, never mind.
No, the caves aren't down here, Mox. We're on the southern portion. The caves are up here. Most of them are up here, and there's 1 or 2 down there. We're not on the side with the caves. I made sure we're not on the side with the caves, but if you're just in the presence of that position... Because, yeah, the caves will hard memory leak you, but I think now it's just if you're anywhere in the map, they will leak you, which sucks. Yeah, no, this looks like that area up there, which, yeah, I get it, but no, it's... Like, literally, just drive, or have him drive up, like... Do we not have... There is a dude, so why doesn't he drive us? That's a new one I've heard. Can you teleport me, like, 700 meters, even though I have this tank, which lets me drive up really, really quickly? Yeah, I would assume an update has borked Kidal to be very unplayable at this point, which is a shame. Okay, R&R Vic is taking fire, so we're going to try to drive away. There we go. So that'd be the auto cannons on these BMPs. Now they've exchanged positions here. That's a meta shot. Oh. I'm not sure if I added tracks. That would have been a smart thing to do. But I have the space for them, so that's good. Let me just spam that. I don't know, it's also interesting because usually for memory leaks, the, oh balls, there's a Bradley down. Goes. There's the one Bradley that gets blown up in this historic battle. Yeah, usually the Zeus memory leaks first, because they're the ones that have everything loaded from the bird's eye view, so I find it interesting that people in the Vics are, and it's both Vics, I've seen them from, one from the Bradley pair, and then, you know, the rest from the Abrams, so. We've done armor stuff in the past on Kidal through, Realism and, Optray, and most people wouldn't leak, so I'm trying to figure out, like, it might be the new physics update that Arma pushed that's just having people render in rocks differently.
Yanni is back on net.
Hello, Alpha Platoon's back up on net. Triple R started taking fire. They had to pull back while my other guys were.
Yeah, Liru, what's the eyes on, what's the state of, R&R?
What do you mean?
They're
We're gonna
alive.
need
They
it.
had to pull back. My platoon's still trying to resupply. I need to repair this tank, but we can push on without it.
Yeah, we're gonna need, our Bradley is currently kind of badly fucked, so we're gonna need the R&R as soon as possible.
Hosting
also, we're running out of ammo,
I guess.
so as soon as you guys are R&R, we'll need it as well.
Hi, Command. My Bradley crew is requesting another Bradley. They got disabled.
Roger, stand by.
We'll go.
Yeah, it's fast. Tell them to come rearm as well. Tank 3 to come rearm.
Yeah, but I'm assuming the physics might have had some re-rendering issues with those rock textures, because the rocks are, I don't want to go over and show it to risk myself mem leaking, but it's a certain type of gray rock texture. If you look around on Tanoa, you'll find it everywhere, which is also one of the reasons why Tanoa is a really laggy map.
Solid copy. We'll go. On the way.
Yeah, most of our tanks are getting low on ammo, so we'll move the RNR before we push.
This is just my cheap little, I use the gunner to get out on the Vic. Yeah, see you, David. Thanks for dropping by. Congrats, yeah, Armin.
We don't know what happened. I think we put the fuel in and then it just exploded randomly.
I don't have an extra one, guys. I told you that.
Isn't that great?
They arm up in the triple R Vic, and then I think two of my, half my platoon cooking off back at the triple R.
Motherfuckers.
Sorry, miss ping. Hi, Commander, are we at least getting that second Bradley before?
Yeah, it's coming. Last to the triple R Vic, but I'm pretty much dead, so. Wow, guys.
Got in the vehicle, I turned on the engine, we got put in debug, I respawned, everyone died.
So this is Alpha 3 to high. Can we get a replacement tank or we should out of luck now?
I'm dead.
There's only two of us, so...
There's three of us, and our Bradley is badly damaged, but he can move and do shit still, but yeah, you see where the possible base that Holy Light marked?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the mountain or hillside between us right now,
So I'll push northeast, you guys push southeast, and we'll regroup on the way there.
You wanna put a regroup marker somewhere, or just somehow?
Well, the problem is that's
I'm willing to bet the tank barrel armored me.
Yeah, let's not go to the Death Valley.
Exactly. I'd rather just keep pushing east and regroup on the other side of the mountain.
Okay, we'll stop heading southeast and
yeah, I'll push my guys a bit more northeast.
Hold on, let's try to regroup around Point Pasalier. Is that good?
You wanna climb a mountain with main battle tanks? Okay, yeah, sure.
Around it. Because I don't think it's gonna be that high of a mountain range.
It isn't. We'll shift that way once I figure out what the fuck's going on with my dude.
Emperor for sunsetting southeast.
No, that's an Mike, are you doing this or not?
Alright, well, I mean, Op's pretty much screwed because I think what happened was he teleported away, came back, and then he armored my Vic with the tank barrel. I didn't actually think I would lose that Vic, but I guess serves me right for not having copies of it. But this has just been blindside upon blindside, with Kidal being worse now because of the memory leak issues back for it, and, you know, they just armored the R&R Vic. Didn't think they'd do it. So, I'm actually just gonna wrap it up here, because I think that's a showcase enough. I might remake this mission on a different map, but I'm just kind of shrugging here, like, they're kind of screwed at this point, because they're eventually going to run out of ammo. So, thanks for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll be back maybe in a few hours for some on-the-ground 40K stuff. Cheers, and have a good one.